Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Back in 2020, I bought a multimedia unit for my dad's old car so he would have CarPlay. The unit itself was expensive and it took a long time to install, but ultimately I thought it would be worth it. However, CarPlay didn't work on that unit about half the time, so ultimately it was a waste of time and money. Fast forward to today, when my friend asked me how he could get CarPlay on his car, I knew better. So I started looking for alternatives. This coincided with Carpuride reaching out to me and sending me their newest multimedia unit, so let's check it out. But before we do so, please consider subscribing to my channel so I can make more videos. It currently sells for $240 to $270 on Carpuride's website, but if you use the code WHATNOW, you'll get $50 off. And all orders get free shipping. Why do I love CarPlay? The answer is simple. Car infotainment systems are complicated, and every single manufacturer tries to come up with their solution and they claim that it's the best. The reality is that they're all complicated and hard to use. I love my Mazda CX-5, but if it weren't for CarPlay, I don't think I would like its infotainment system. No matter how much manufacturers try, they can't match the ease of use of CarPlay and Android Auto. My car has built-in navigation, and although I try to use it as much as possible because I ultimately paid for it, I strongly prefer using CarPlay and Google Maps. So what does Carpuride offer? Easy. They offer you a great way of adding Android Auto and Apple CarPlay without breaking the bank or removing half the panels on your dashboard. And as a fun side bonus, it doubles as a dash cam. Let's start with what you get in the box. Aside from the head unit, you get a suction mount, a self-adhesive mount, a rear view camera, an aux cord, and a 12-volt car charger. It also comes with a 64GB microSD card, and it's already installed on the unit. The main unit has a 9.3-inch IPS screen with a resolution of 1600 by 600. The image quality, at first glance, is much better than I expected. The unit has auto brightness, and it gets bright enough to be used in a car even when the sun is directly shining on it. On the left side, we have our ports. There is a 3.5mm aux jack to connect your car stereo system, a microSD card slot, a video in port for the rear view camera, and a Type-C port to power the unit. On the back, we have a unique feature, a dash cam that rotates 350 degrees. If you want to record the road, you can simply point it towards the road, and if you want to record the cabin, just rotate it towards the cabin. This is quite cool. It also moves up and down to ensure that you're actually recording the road and not your dashboard. You can also move the camera around for a better angle. If you opt for the rear view camera, this unit will record that as well. So you have two options to mount this unit in your car. Depending on your use case, you can either use the suction cup to mount it on your windshield or the self-adhesive tape to mount it on your dashboard. I chose to install it with a suction cup, but regardless of which option you choose, this can be installed in less than 5 minutes. Okay, so now that I installed it, I need to find a way to connect this to my car stereo system. I mentioned the aux jack, so that's the first option. If your car doesn't have an aux jack, you can connect it via Bluetooth. That's actually really smart, as there are a bunch of cars out there with Bluetooth but no Android Auto or CarPlay. If that doesn't work for you either, you can use the built-in FM transmitter. If you're using the built-in FM transmitter though, you should use the charger that comes in the box to avoid any unnecessary interference. And last but not least, there's a built-in speaker. The built-in speaker obviously can't compete with your car stereo, but regardless, it's better than nothing. The unit turns on as soon as you turn on your car, and it takes around 6 seconds to boot. The home screen shows you pretty much all the basic functions you would need to access while driving. It beeps at you every time you touch an icon, but fortunately, you can turn it off. You can also change the boot logo. So, we have three main functions: Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, AirPlay or Android Cast, and lastly, the dashcam. Let's start with the dashcam. First and foremost, the micro SD card slot is only for the dashcam, so you can't use it to play music. From an engineering perspective, I'm pretty sure the dashcam firmware is completely separated from the rest, so that's probably why you can't use the micro SD card for anything else. This makes perfect sense because you don't want any data corruption, and even if you get the most expensive dashcam, there's a risk of that happening. And by isolating this dashcam part of the unit from the rest, you basically reduce the risk of this happening. The image quality during the day is pretty good. It records at 1080p, and overall, you can read license plates, which is pretty much all you need from a dashcam. North American license plates are notoriously hard to read, and these plate covers do not help. The rear view camera is decent as well. It's a bit harder to read license plates, but unfortunately, it doesn't really get much better than this. You can also use the built-in Wi-Fi to transfer videos from this unit to your phone, which is a huge plus. With this, let's move on to Android Auto and CarPlay. Connecting your phone to the unit is quite easy. You just pair your phone with the unit, and the rest is magic. Once you connect your phone to this unit, you don't need to do anything else the next time you start your car. Your phone will automatically connect. I'll start with the positives. Navigation apps work well. You don't get any of those weird issues where Google Maps thinks you're in the middle of the ocean. You can also choose the CarPlay/Android Auto size on the screen. You can either have it full screen or you can do split screen where approximately 1/3 of the screen will show you the dashcam footage. The sound quality is exactly what I would expect from a CarPlay unit. The only negative I noticed in the last month is that there's a little bit of a delay when you interact with the screen. To be fair, there is already a delay to wireless CarPlay or Android Auto, but with this unit, it's a little bit more noticeable. This honestly isn't a big deal for me. That being said, there is no delay on phone calls and the microphone quality is surprisingly good. You can also AirPlay to this unit, which means that you can watch videos on the screen. Obviously, do not do this while driving. You can watch YouTube, but not Netflix nor any copyright protected content. You can also mirror your Android screen, but you need to do it with a wire, so it doesn't work wirelessly. However, as this unit only has one USB-C port, you would need a dongle that also has power pass-through. As I don't have one of those, I couldn't try this. Overall, I think this is a decent alternative to replacing your infotainment unit. It costs less than a new infotainment unit, it has wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, and it can be installed in less than 5 minutes. Carpuride also offers a 2-year warranty. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking this video, checking out my other videos, and subscribing to my channel. Take care.